The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is slated to come later this year, coming 2 years after the previous model with a range of enhancements. While no apparent cosmetic changes are planned for the third generation, as the firm likes to remain with the same Apple Watch design for 3 generations before altering it, there are a number of internal updates on the way. By the time the Ultra 3 is revealed in September, it will have been 2 years since the last model launched, providing plenty of potential for advancements, particularly for consumers coming from a first-generation Apple Watch Ultra. Here are all of the big new features we're expected to see with the Apple Watch Ultra 3. 1. Hypertension Detection. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman thinks that blood pressure monitoring could be the next important health function for the Apple Watch, arriving initially to the Ultra 3. The alleged function would not offer accurate systolic and diastolic blood pressure values, instead monitoring if a user's blood pressure is moving higher and delivering a warning if hypertension is detected. After getting an alarm, the Apple Watch user might transmit the information to a medical practitioner for extra testing. Hypertension is characterized as a silent killer because it may go unreported and misdiagnosed, leading to heart damage and death. High blood pressure frequently has little signs until it is well advanced, and early detection with the Apple Watch has the potential to save lives. The Apple Watch already has the capacity to detect atrial fibrillation or an abnormal heart rhythm, and it can be used to obtain one-lead ECG readings. There is also a blood oxygen monitoring component, although it is disabled in current versions in the United States owing to patent difficulties. The corporation has supposedly been working on the feature for the previous many years, and based on speculations, Apple initially hoped to introduce it in 2024. 2. Brighter display with faster refresh rate. One of the implications of Apple opting to not upgrade the Apple Watch Ultra in 2024 was the Apple Watch Series 10 overtaking it in terms of display capabilities. It seems quite probable Apple will at least bring parity to the Ultra this year. The Apple Watch Series 10 got an LTPO3 OLED always-on Retina display, whereas the current Ultra employs LTPO2 technology. LTPO3 gives the Series 10 with a quicker refresh rate in always-on mode, allowing a live ticking seconds hand on some watch faces. Similarly, the Apple Watch Series 10 boasts a wide-angle OLED, enabling it to be up to 40% brighter when seen at an angle. It seems certain that the Apple Watch Ultra 3 will have both of these display upgrades. 3. New chip. Following 2 years without an upgrade, it appears quite probable that the Apple Watch Ultra 3 will contain a new processor. The present Apple Watch Ultra has the S9 processor. However, with the 2024's Apple Watch Series 10, Apple debuted the S10 chip. While the S10 is not more powerful than the S9, it is more compact. A newer processor would free up some internal space within the Ultra for other components, such as a bigger battery. If Apple opts for an S11, it might be more powerful or offer additional built-in features. 4. Satellite connectivity. Last year, Mark Gurman indicated that the Apple Watch Ultra 3 would have satellite connectivity, a function now unique to the iPhone. The capability would enable Apple Watch Ultra users to be able to connect to a satellite network to send messages when cellular networks and Wi-Fi are unavailable. When satellite connection was arrived for the iPhone, it was restricted to emergency text messages, but with iOS 18, Apple broadened it to enable users to send SMS to anybody. Satellite connection would assist Apple to better compete with firms like Garmin that provide specialized satellite gear for usage in off-grid scenarios. The Apple Watch Ultra is geared at hikers, scuba divers, and adventurers, and satellite connection for the gadget would give another degree of safety for activities that are not near cellular towers. Apple is presumably expecting that this functionality will be a significant feature driving users to upgrade to a new Apple Watch Ultra. Currently, Apple still does not charge for satellite connection, and there is no information yet on what the corporation would charge. All iPhones come with 2 years of connection for free, and that will also likely be the case with the Apple Watch Ultra. 5. 5G connectivity. According to Gurman and the Information's Wayne Ma, Apple wants to delete the Qualcomm modem used in the Apple Watch Ultra with the 3rd edition of the gadget. Rather of employing the C1 modem or another unique Apple processor, Apple wants to move from using Qualcomm chips to MediaTek ones. MediaTek is one of the few firms capable of creating 5G modems. MediaTek's modem chip adds support for 5G RedCap, a 5G service that's meant for connected devices and wearables that do not require normal 5G speeds. The current cellular Apple Watch versions still utilize 4G LTE, even though Apple has provided 5G in iPhones since 2020. 6. Redesigned back and faster charging. The Apple Watch Series 10 features a totally re-engineered aluminum rear with a bigger charging coil and an integrated antenna. The Apple Watch Ultra presently includes a ceramic and sapphire crystal back, rather than metal. It seems probable that the Ultra 3 will acquire this newer, Series 10-style back case design, not least because it offers improved cellular performance and quicker charging. The redesigned metal back allowed the Series 10 to charge to 80% in approximately 30 minutes to 15 minutes quicker than the Series 9. With the older back design, the Apple Watch Ultra 2 takes 60 minutes to charge to 80%. A fresh rumor from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman says that the next Apple Watch Ultra 3 could incorporate satellite connection and a new 5G modem. Gurman says that Apple aims to incorporate a new MediaTek modem allowing 5G wireless connectivity in its high-end wearable. This new modem is expected to enable RedCap, which is a low-power form of 5G developed exclusively for wearables. Current cellular-capable Apple Watches utilize an Intel modem working on 4G LTE, despite iPhones having 5G from at least 2020 on the iPhone 12. It would also represent the last of Apple's devices to include any Intel components. Presumably, Apple will ultimately develop a wearable customized version of their new C1 modem that was debuted with the iPhone 16e. As for satellite connection, the additional feature will let you send SMS while out of range of cellular or Wi-Fi networks. Apple implemented emergency SOS on the iPhone 14, allowing individuals in peril to text via satellites. Last year, the capability was enhanced in iOS 18, enabling you text via satellite at any moment. This same degree of connectivity is intended to be available on the upcoming Watch Ultra. The remainder of Gurman's claim was about Apple working on adding an AI-enhanced camera in the future Apple Watches, which put us in mind of the wristcam watch band that came out for Apple Watches in 2021. We're quite confident whatever camera Apple comes up with is better integrated into the watch body itself. Assuming Apple has the camera ready in time, we'll see the updated and more connected Apple Watch Ultra 3 arrive in September with the revised iPhone 17 range. So that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.